Shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodesh, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well, teach well, while learning truth. 100% according to the Bible. Also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, service scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere, your children. Shalom. And then today's lesson is going to be titled, For What If Some Do Not Believe? And this is basically just going to be a bag up video off a video that I actually made maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. And it's kind of going to be just a little mini series I'm going to be doing through the spirit. But yeah, as it states, for what if some do not believe? Because, you know, we ultimately are living in a time and season where you're having a lot of scoffers and a lot of people that are coming up against this truth, you know, trying to denounce it, trying to say that it all is a cult, you know, and all type of other different types of things, saying that the things that we're prophesying and warning about, that is ultimately not going to happen. You see, you got all of these different things going on. But ultimately, we know that the Lord said that these things will be taking place in these latter days, you see, and ultimately the scoffers, you see, and the people that don't believe, they're ultimately just playing their part in prophecy as well, because we know that, hey, the Lord controls both sides at the end of the day. What does it say in Job 12:16? With him and strength, the deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Lord is controlling the minds of these scoffers, man, because ultimately that's just their lot to be an unbeliever, man. Right. But as I'm going to read this precept right here, 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days, and we know that we're in the last days, man. You see, scoffers walking after their own lust, right? And that's what you have. People that are scoffing, walking after their own ungodly lust. You see, walking after the ways of the flesh, you see, especially among our own people. You see, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian, both men and women, 2/3 of Jake don't believe, man. They don't believe that these prophecies and everything that we're ultimately warning them about is going to come to pass, you see. But, hey, these people are sadly mistaken, because these things will happen despite your unbelief or not, right? And I'm going to actually start off in 2nd Esdras chapter 15, right? And I'm going to read verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, who's the Lord's people, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian, which makes up the biblical Hebrew Israelites, according to the Bible. It says, Behold, speak down the ears of my people, the words of prophecy, right? Prophecy, that's what it's all about. And that's all we're given to you, Israelites. You see, whether you will hear or forbear, as the scriptures have said, but we're set up in these times. You know, the Lord has watchmen, as it tells you in Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, which is a people before as a place. Hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. So, hey, whether you believe it or not, we're still sent out to warn you, man. And we know that at the end of the day, the only ones that are going to ultimately receive this truth is the elect of the nation of Israel. That's why you have people that scoff. That's why you have majority of our people that don't believe, because ultimately it's not given unto them to receive it on this side, you see. But I'm going to finish reading. It says, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. You see, verse 2, it says, it calls them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true, right? That's talking about these words, man. You see these prophecies, everything that we're ultimately warning you, Jakes, about and telling you that's soon to come down the pipeline. You see, from Jacob's trouble to MOTB, microchip, World War III, all of these different things that the men of the Lord are blowing the trumpet on and telling and warning that's going to come before it actually gets here. Hey, it's going to happen, man. You see, because like you just said, these words are faithful and true. And we know that it is impossible for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to lie, right? As it tells us right here, I'm going to grab that precept. This is Numbers chapter 23, and I'm going to start at verse 19. You see, it says Yahweh, right, is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? You see, so guess what? Everything that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has spoken out of the mouth of his men, which are the prophets, they're going to happen in due time. You see, everything is going to happen according to prophecy, man. You see, because as I just read, it's impossible for the Heavenly Father to lie, man. What does it say in Habakkuk 2:3? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So it doesn't matter if you people don't believe or not, you see, because at the end of the day, these prophecies are going to, you know, slap everybody in the face soon come. There's not going to be denying these things that the men of the Lord have been warning you people about for so long. And I'm talking about the 2/3 of our people, because we don't care about you heathen nations, even though we know that we have our people scattered among them as well. But you see, for the good majority of you heathens, we don't care about you, man. You see, at all. We only care about ultimately the elect that are among you, you see, because like I said, there are elect among these heathen nations that look like them, but their seed line also goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But at the end of the day, these prophecies will come to pass, and all of these things that we've been speaking about will manifest, man. You see, because as it tells us right here as well, let me grab that. This is Isaiah chapter 55, right? And I'm going to get straight to the point. Verse 11, right? It says, so shall my word. What is the word of the Lord? The prophecies be that go forth out of my mouth. Who's the mouthpiece of the Lord? The prophets, the men that are blowing the trumpet. You see, the men that you're scoffing at, the men that you don't believe, that you call crazy, that you say, oh, those things ain't going to happen, right? But as it tells us in Amos 3:7, how surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. So, hey, like I said, you don't have to believe that the true men of the Lord are out there on the highways and the byways. You see, making their bodies a living sacrifice week in and week out to teach the truth, starting out with the elder apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone. Because like I said, eventually you people are going to see for yourselves that everything that we've been warning of through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, that is going to happen, regardless of your unbelief or not, regardless if you take heed to it or whatever the case may be, man, it's still going to happen. You see, it said, it shall not return unto me void, meaning empty, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. You see, so like I said, all of these prophecies are going to stand. The counsel of the Lord is going to stand, right? As it tells us right here. Let me grab that. This is Isaiah chapter 46. I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, right? Verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning, right? And from the ancient time, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. You see, in prophecy, it's the counsel of Yahweh Shem Shah, and it's going to stand. You see? So like I said, despite what you people may think or what you may believe or what you want to, hear to, or what you want to brush off as being not real or whatever it may be that's going on through you people's minds, guess what? It's not going to stop the counsel of the Lord from standing, man. You see, at the end of the day, so I'm going to grab this precept back in 2nd Esdras 15, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. That's talking about us hopeful elect brothers and sisters, you see, because like I said, these people don't believe. But guess what? Should we allow their unbelief to make our faith void? You see, should we stop believing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua just because these people come up against us? Just because people leave, hateful comments under the videos and come on the live lessons, leaving their opinions? Should that deter our faith in the Lord? No, it shouldn't, man. You see, so that's why it says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. That word incredulity goes into unbelief, right? And at the end of the day, what does it say in Romans chapter 3? Let me grab that. You see, so we don't care if you people don't believe anyway, man. You see, because like I said, only the elect of the nation of Israel are going to get it anyway. And if you're not part of that number, you're blinded anyway. The Lord has blinded you, right? This is Romans 3:3. It says, for what if some did not believe, right? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua without effect? Verse 4, Yahweh forbid, right? Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man or woman a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. You see, so like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you don't believe or not. You see, these prophecies are still going to stand. You see, and the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is still going to be brought forth. You see, nothing can ultimately stop prophecy, man. You see, all of these things will happen, man. You see, and they're happening now, man. Everything that the men of the Lord have been warning about, starting off with the elder apostles and the elder bishops, these things are manifesting now here in our time. So you just got to be a complete, fool to not see actually what's going on, man. But like I said, we know that the Lord have blinded the 2/3 of our people, man, right? To where they can't see what's happening, you see, and what's going on in the world, And ultimately, that's because Jake despises knowledge, man. You see, Jake don't want to adhere to the truth. You see, Jake want to hear smooth things. Jake don't want to hear that, this earth, this world that's currently being ran in wickedness, that this place is about to come to its end real soon. And that ultimately they need to seek the Lord, you see, ultimately before these things come to pass. But like I said, Jake in their mind, these things is never going to happen, right? Or if they do think it's going to happen, they don't believe it's going to be in their lifetime, right? As they say right here. Let me grab this precept. This is Ezekiel chapter 12, right? And I'm going to go down to verse 25. That's why I start at. It says, for I am the Lord, all caps, the Heavenly Father, right? I will speak, right? And the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, right? And everything the Lord is speaking through his men, the prophets, that's how he speak, right? They're coming to pass, man. We see the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. We see everything moving towards digital that's going to bring in the RFID microchip, right? We see World War III heating up. So, I mean, hey, like I said, these prophecies are going to stand, man. You see, despite what you people believe or not, everything is going to happen according to prophecy, man. You see, and you people can't stop it, man. Your unbelief is not going to stop it, right? So it says, it shall be no more prolonged, right? And that's the time that we in, man, where Yahweh Shem Yahushua is no more holding his tongue, man, where these things are coming full speed, man. You see, for in your days, O rebellious house, right, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power, you see. And our people are very rebellious, man. You see, that's the same spirit that Jake is in to this day, the 2/3. And that's why they ultimately don't want to believe in these things that we're warning them about. That's why they do scoff and come up against this truth, man. Because like I said, Jake really just doesn't want to listen. You see, and that's that proud, arrogant spirit that's on Jake. You see, that do as thou wilt spirit. You can't tell Jake anything, their way or the highway. You see, they don't want to take correction. You see. But hey, you're going to wish you took correction, man, from the men of the Lord and ultimately from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we're only the mouthpieces of the Lord. You see, and if you're despising what the men of the Lord are saying, you're really despising the words of the Lord. And the only thing going to come, doing that is judgment, man. You see, and that's what's coming in these times, man. A lot of sore judgments that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to bring upon you 2/3, man, and you heathens. You see, but it says, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power, right? Verse 26, it said, again, the word of the Lord came to me saying, verse 27, son of man, behold, they are the house of Israel, right? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians, say the vision, which are the prophecies, that he seeth is for many days to come. And this is exactly what our people tell the prophets today. You see, oh, what y'all saying ain't gonna never happen. Oh, y'all been prophesying about that for years. Oh, that's the so-called white man book. Them things ain't gonna happen. You see, this is what Jake and Eve say day in and day out, man. And they really say these things because they just really despise the words of the Lord. They don't want to hear. You see, but it says, and he prophesied of the times that are far off, right? Oh, that'll happen 1,000 years from now. You see, oh, that'll happen when I'm dead and gone. I don't have to worry about those things. I could just continue to live my life being wicked. You see, because those things will never happen, right? But it says, I'm going to finish reading verse 28. It says, therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. And that's the time that we're in now, man, where the Lord's words are no longer prolonging and things are just happening speedily, man, right? That's why you see the beginning stages of this devil coming in with great wrath. You see, the Lord is allowing these things to happen, man, because he's no longer holding back his words, man. Right? What does it say in Psalms 119 and verse 126? It said, it is time for thee, O Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, to work, for they have made void thy law, man. You see, so, hey, like I said, the Lord is going to bring forth these prophecies, man. You see, these evils, these bad times, all of these things we've been telling about is going to happen, man. You see, regardless of you people believe or not, right? So I'm going to go back to 2nd Esdras chapter 15, and I'm going to read verse 3 again. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And this is why, verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You see? So ultimately, it doesn't matter if you don't believe or not, because at the end of the day, guess what? When all of these things come that the men of the Lord have ultimately been warning of, you see, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for you Israelites that have not taken heed, guess what? You're going to be judged, man. You see, that's just what you're going to ultimately face. That's going to be your lot, man, for not ultimately adhering to this truth, for not turning back to the Lord, for not repenting, right? Which we know the 2/3 of you Jakes are not going to turn back on this side anyway, because that's not your lot. You see, only the 1/3 on this side are, predestined to receive salvation and deliverance, to turn back to the Lord, sorrowful and remorseful for the wrongful thoughts, sins, and doings in this life, as well as their former lives. But the 2/3 of our people, their lot is just to be degenerates, man, and to be unbelievers, to be scoffers, ultimately to be destroyed by the Lord, man. You see? So I'm actually grab this precept as well, right, through the Spirit. This is 2nd Esdras, right? And I'm going to go to chapter 9. And I'm going to go down to verse 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, right? For you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians that have abused the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You hated the ways of the Lord. You didn't want to turn back to the Lord when you had yet liberty, right? You scoffed. You came up against his prophets. You see, you tooted your nose up at the men of the Lord. You see, you did all type of different things, man. You see? So it says, and they that have cast them away despitefully. Oh, I don't want to listen to what that Bible's saying. Oh, I don't care about what y'all talking about. That stuff ain't real. You see, this, that, and the third. Like, that's what they say. So it says, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, right? You're going to dwell in torments, man. And these times that we're in, man, when the Lord is about to heat up things worse than what we see now, when this American economy begins to really feel the squeeze of the things Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about to bring upon this place as well as the world, guess what? You people are going to be in torments, man. Miseries is getting ready to come upon you people, man. Right? As it tells you in 2nd Esdras 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done unto them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And that's the real reason why Jake don't want to listen, man. You see, that's the real reason Jake scoffed, because they do these things out of pride, man. You see, but like I said, the Lord is about to pop you people's pride balloon real soon, man. You see, we're going to see who's going to be laughing real soon in the times that are to come. You see, the Lord about to wipe those smug looks off of you people's face, man. Right? We're going to see if the Bible just a fairy tale book in the coming days, weeks, and months, man. You see, it ain't going to be funny games in the times that's coming. You see? But it says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, you see? Because Jake don't want to get to know the Lord. Like I said, the majority of our people, their minds is primarily focused on, getting money, you see, scoffing, being in that folly, mirth spirit, having fun, talking stuff. That's what Jake rather do than to seek the Lord. You see, they don't consider the Lord. So guess what? In these times that are coming, guess what? The Lord ain't going to consider you. You see? And it says, verse 11, and they that have loathed my law, meaning to hate, right? Because Jake just really hate the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And that's what it really boils down to, the 2/3, right? That's why they do scoff. That's why they do come up against this truth. You see? That's why they go all out of their ways to try to make the men of the Lord to, look like things that they're not, man. Right? Because these people are just, despisers of the Lord, really. It said, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it, right? Verse 12, the same must know it at the death by pain. You see, so ultimately at the end of the day, that's what's coming for you unbelievers, man. You see, you 2/3 unbelievers, you see, you scoffers, all of you different people out there that are just, talking your stuff, thinking that you're going to continue to, keep doing the things that you're doing, thinking that you're not ultimately going to receive any punishment, right? What does it say in Matthew 12:36? It said, but I say unto you that every idle word that a man or a woman shall speak, they should give an account thereof in the day of judgment. You see, so like I said, it may look like, things are not going to happen now to you people. But guess what? At the end of the day, the Lord is going to get the last laugh, man. Like I said, when these things actually come upon you people that you people have not been believing in. Right. And then as it tells us right here, I'm going to grab that. Ezekiel chapter 33, and I'm going to read verse 33, just again, straight to the point. It says, and when this cometh to pass, right, what is that talking about? The prophecies, everything that the men of the Lord have been warning you tribes about that's coming down the pipeline to America and to the world, right? The evils, the chaos, the famines, the pestilences, the sicknesses, the race wars, the class wars, the gender wars, the RFID microchip, everything that's about to manifest real soon, right? It says, lo, it will come, because these things will come, right? Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. And that's what you people are going to understand, that the true men of the Lord, the true men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua were among you when all of these things that you people been laughing at, scoffing at, ignoring, actually begins to come upon you. You see, and you're actually in these times where you can't ignore it anymore, when it's going to be, right in the front of your faces. You see, you're going to have to accept reality, man. You see, because like I said, you people can still ignore reality now, because like I said, all of the things that we're warning you about, they're not actually here yet, but they're in the manifestation of being revealed. But guess what? Real soon, like I said, there's not going to be any denying it when these things are dead in front of you people's faces. You're just going to have to know that, oh, man, those dudes that were warning us, they were telling us the truth the whole time. You see, and that's what a lot of people are about to do soon come. But like I said, these people are going to wait till all hell breaks loose to, ultimately know that, man. You see, and that's why I read that the same must know it at the death by pain, because a lot of these people are not going to get it. I'm talking about for our people, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians. You see, the 2/3, they're not going to get it till ultimately the Lord judges them, man. Right? Until they find themselves in a situation, where they can't get out of, man. Right? Then it ain't going to be fun and games in that day, So, yeah, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying. Like I said, just a quick hit through the spirit, Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.